Buff Nation, what's going on? Hey, quick shout out to my good friend Global from Global Utopia Sports. Go check out his channel. I got to get him on the show here at another point. But hey, what's up, guys? Coming to you with a little earlier video. Again, sorry I wasn't on yesterday. Again, I'm a guy that has his own life outside of this, as difficult as that might be to believe for some of y'all. But hey, shout out to the chat. We got Bodie in here, Dewey, baby girl. Hey, love it. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And this is a great comment, Bodie. What's up, David and everyone? Coach Prime knows what he's doing. Hiring Coach Lode Holt was very smart. Plus, Coach Lode Holt is from my neck of the woods, Colorado Springs. Hey, I love to hear that. And I thought, we'll take a little bit different of an approach with today's video because I mean, you guys know this. I'm a YouTube keyboard coach, but if you guys put me in charge of your Pop Warner team, you guys are making terrible decisions. So I'm trying to learn along the way, just like many of you are. Now, what I will say is, with the offensive line, defensive line play, I'm still learning a lot in terms of how to judge if somebody's good or not. I think right now my eye is like I can identify what an elite line looks like. And we saw what a terrible line looks like this past year, right? 56 sacks, okay. But what about the in between? So I thought, you know what, today I'll go ahead, I'll pull up Pro Football Focus, and let's take a look at how these guys coming in have graded out compared to where our line was at this past year. So um, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I'll get to your comments a little bit after. And hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Okay, let's start out here. Okay. No. Sorry, I got like 12 tabs open. Okay. All right, guys. We'll go ahead and start with the tackles. Okay. So, guys, I just signed up for Pro Football Focus this morning. So, if you guys have any idea of what RCV means, I have no idea. I've been searching all over. But, anyways, we have the pass block grade and the run block grade. Okay. And how this is given is I'll just read it word for word because it makes sense. On every play, a Pro Football Focus analyst will grade each player on a scale of -2 to +2 according to what he did on the play. From there, the grades are normalized to better account for game situations and are finally converted on a 0 to 100 scale. Okay. So, where was our tackle play this past year? Obviously, we had guys like Isaiah Chata who got in for a quick minute. I mean, guys were getting past him before he was even getting out of his stance when the ball snapped. Reggie Young played a little bit and did not have very good grades at all. 59.8 in pass blocking, 51.7 in the run blocking. But let's go ahead and look at our starting tackles. Jerry Christian Lichtenhan. Again, he already hit the transfer portal going to Oregon State. Offensive grade 62.3. Not awful. Okay. Not awful, but bad, right? Took 827 snaps on the offensive line, and he actually improved his grade. Again, take these grades with a grain of salt, guys, because yes, we can grade the individual. A lot of the line play, of course, it's a unit. So this is not the end all be all for these players. And there's more to look into just stats, but I thought that this would be interesting, or grades rather, for you at least get somewhat of an individual picture of these guys. Okay. Offensive grade 62.3, 322nd. It's pretty much like right at average. Okay. For the tackles that were graded, above average, a little bit above average for the pass blocking. And as we've known, our line really did struggle with the run blocking, 57.5. Okay. Now, I didn't have any problems with Tank hitting the portal. I thought it would have been good to have him maybe stay as a backup, but I understand him wanting to play. Now, a guy that I definitely don't want to see leave because I think he has better football ahead of him is Savion Washington. I think if you give him some coaching, some coaching, he can continue to develop. I mean, you'll see at his time at Kent State graded out higher, yes, than what he did this past year at Colorado, and he was dealing with a pretty serious ankle injury. I mean, when he came back from week 9 on, or maybe that was 5. He might have come back a little bit early from that, but anyways, offensive grades 66.7. Okay. So about in the top third or so of tackles. Good pass block grade 69.4 and a decent run block grade as well, 66.8. Again, let him continue to develop. We'll see. Okay. But I don't think like Savion should be penciled in as a starting player or anything like that. Obviously, you got to compete, and that's what we're doing here. But guys, we know the weakness of this team was really the interior line. So let's go ahead and look at this. I mean, Jack Welty turned out to be a lot worse than I thought. Pass blocking grade was 13.2. That's just rough. And Jack Bailey actually had a better run game than Landon Beebe. Run grade 59.3 to 58.1. Pass blocking was okay, 69.3 to Landon Beebe, 79.3. And then Kareem Harden got some looks, and that was nice. We saw the difference with Kareem Harden in the run blocking game, 72.3. That's great. 62.6 in the pass blocking. I mean, we need upgrades everywhere. Yeah, absolutely everywhere. So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, and I wanted to take a look at Van Wells here really quick as well, because Van Wells actually graded out. Where'd he go? You can see I got a ton of tabs open. He graded out as a very good center in terms of grade for college football. 85th out of the 209 centers that qualified, 40th ranked center in the pass block, and 90th ranked in the run block. Oregon State's getting a good player that should be able to plug him and start. My guess is a lot of their offensive linemen have hit the portal, but Connor Johnson can answer that for me. But again, guys, we might see some individual positives, but the biggest thing with this line is, are they communicating well? Are they able to read each other's decisions, read each other's minds in a sense of knowing, okay, how are we going to handle a stunt? Things like that really left our offensive line in trouble last year in terms of the communication. And that's going to be another thing that we have to overcome and face with the new line being put together again this year. So now let's get to the new guys. Okay. I'll kind of give you guys a good idea of where we're at, but let me go ahead and get started. One of the guys that I'm really thrilled that's here, offensive guard Tyler Johnson, coming over here from Houston. Bigger guy than what we've had on the line, especially at the interior. 6'5", 320, has a couple more years of eligibility left. See, playing in the Big 12 this past year, took a little bit of a step back. But hey, offensive grade 65.7 out of and that has him at 170th out of the 640 guards. I believe that puts him in about the top 15, 16% or so. Had a great pass block grade as well. Needs to grow in the run game. Okay, 60.6. Now we'll move on here to Matthew Bedford, guard that we're getting from Indiana. 6'6", 305 pounds. Okay. Offensive grade, top 100 guard in college football. This is a big deal. 69.2 offensive grade. Little weak in the pass block game. 58.8. I mean, 444th ranked out of 586 guards. That is concerning. Okay. That is something that we're going to have to get better at, or have him get better at. And hopefully we'll Coach Lodeholt can help him. But we're bringing in a guy, Bedford, that is extremely good. I guess I was going to say another word, whatever. Extremely good at run blocking. 70.7 grade. That was for 63rd out of all guards in the country. Okay. We're getting a big time upgrade with somebody who can block that run really well. Interesting, right? Let's continue to move on. Now, Khalil Benson, another guy coming out here, mainly played tackle. I think he can shift inside, and I'm wondering what we do with him. Another 6'6" guy, 310, okay, from Indiana, playing Big Ten football, Big Ten sized lineman, right? Run block grade, guys, very strong. Top 100 tackle in the run block game, 69.5. But guys, he was bad in the pass blocking, really bad. And I don't know why this is, but this is darn close to last. I think he might have been last in the entire Big Ten for pass blocking grade. As a tackle, I wonder, hey, what are the reasons for that? Because I assume you got to be a pretty good athlete to be a starting tackle in the Big Ten. Any Indiana fans watching that can help me that can help explain this, that is greatly appreciated. But that's something to keep your eye on with Benson. Is his again? I haven't watched him play, so I wonder, like, hey, is his lateral quickness just a tad too slow? I don't know. Offensive grade 364th out of the 400 or out of the 645 tackles. Okay, that's kind of around. I think Tank might have been ranked a little bit ahead of him actually, but keep in mind again, Khalil Benson, in my opinion, was playing much tougher competition on the line than somebody like Tank was this year. Okay. Now, a guy that, was one of the top rated transfer portal guys in the portal right now, or was in the portal because he's committed here, is guard from UTEP, Justin Mayers. 6'3", 309 pounds, has a couple years of eligibility left. And look at this from the offensive guard standpoint. 19th ranked guard overall, 38th ranked guard when it came to the pass blocking, 84.1. Run block grade, 76.3, good for 28th ranked out of all the guards. Very interesting. And you see he took a very big jump in 2023 with his performance. So that is very encouraging. Again, when you're going up from G5 to something like the Big 12, that is a big jump. But I would hope that you would see progression like you've seen throughout his career now. And I think, he had offers from a ton of schools. So I know that he's definitely Big 12 caliber quality. But I'm expecting Justin Mayers to start. He's one of the few guys that I'm penciling in as a starter. Now, a guy that I got a little bit of a pushback with, and I think that some of the commenters brought up some great points, how centers don't need to be huge. When you look back at a lot of the Broncos offensive linemen, when they were running all that Shanahan zone blocking stuff, they had guys that were like 290 pounds, not over 300 pounds for some of those Shanahan years, which was quite interesting. But at center, it's true. You don't need to be the biggest guy. One of the commenters brought up Jason Kelsey, okay, is like 288, 290 pounds. That's totally true. Now, I will say some of those guys might be the exception to the rule, but it's still proving a point that it's not all about size, okay? It's not all about size. If that were the case, our offensive line, we were about right in the middle of the Pac-12 when it came to like our average height and weight, okay? But we played like the worst line in the conference, okay? So it's not all about height and weight. Yakiri Walker, 6'1", 270 pounds. Right here it says 267. We'll see. But graded out pretty decently. 119th for centers, 176th in pass blocking, 107th in run blocking. Okay. Now, I believe this is the Big East as well. So this is going to be a jump in level of competition going to the Big 12. So that's just something to keep in mind. I think we're almost done here, guys. Okay, yeah, this was the last thing I wanted to hit on. Now, we do have guys like Shaq McCroy, big 365-pound freshman that's being recruited. We'll see if we can land him. 4-star tackle from Alabama, I think. Dude's huge. But Caden Green's another guy. I think he can play both guard and tackle. Freshman. I believe Lode Holt had some influence on his recruitment, and he's entered the portal. So we'll see if maybe he's another guy that we go after. Graded out very well in the pass blocking, especially for a freshman, 71.4. Run blocking leaves a lot to be desired, but again, freshman, you're not expecting much from freshmen when they play, but 6'5", 311 pounds. I believe he was a 4-star coming in there to Oklahoma. Can be developed quite a bit, and with him having Big 12 experience already, that's a big deal. So I think all to say, guys, here's the deal. I think overall, if you look at the grades, we are bringing in, for the most part, more talented, bigger sized linemen, which is great. Now, some actually struggled a little bit, for instance, in pass blocking, when we've actually, had some guys leave that did a little bit better. But again, take all this with a grain of salt. A lot is going to come down to how quickly these guys gel, communicate, and work together. That's really what it comes down to with the offensive linemen. A thing that the Pro Football Focus grades don't take into consideration, again, is the tenacity, is that dog mentality. Are these guys more violent? Are these guys, mean? Are these guys going to stick up for their quarterback when they're hit, right? Are these guys going to stick up for somebody like Travis Hunter when you see them take a cheap shot from Henry Blackburn, right? These are things that we didn't really see much this past year. Pro Football Focus doesn't measure the mentality. And so I'm hoping that these guys not only are an improvement in terms of the grades that we see on the field, the sacks let up, the pressures, all of that, but we also see them play with an identity that this team can really get behind and rally around. So all that to say, guys, I think we got better linemen in this portal season than we got last year, most definitely. We didn't have one Power 5 starter coming out here last year. Savion Washington was probably the best lineman that we had coming out here, coming from Kent State, coming from G5. The fact that we can go get some Power 5 starters from Houston, from Indiana. Yes, is this not Alabama? We know it's not Alabama, but we are leveling up, and now it's about coming together, playing as a unit, communicating, all of that. So let's not be expecting, in my opinion, putting unrealistic expectations on this line. Now, have I tweeted, like, are we going to go from worst to first? We'll just have to see. Is this a top 10 line in college football? Right now, with just looking at the grades, absolutely not. But can we get, if we can even just get to average play, average ranking play, like 50th ranked line, we're going to be able to do some damage, no doubt, in the Big 12. So thank you so much for your comments and listening to me. I'll go ahead and close out these tabs and then get to your thoughts and comments here for a little bit. And then I got to get running. But let me know your thoughts on this, what you guys think. And it's all closed. Hey, Bodie, I appreciate the love. This is kind of interesting, for sure. Appreciate it as always. Rawhide, what's up, man? Let me know what you think about this. I appreciate you, dude. But I thought I'd go ahead and splurge on the Pro Football Focus stuff. So Um, Greetings, best man. Thank you so much. David Williams saying the O line has to gel, five playing as one. And I mean, that's what we saw a lot last year, right? These guys weren't playing together. You didn't like with a good offensive line. Again, you see that they got each other's backs and they got everybody's backs on the team. Again, when you're getting your butt kicked so much, maybe you're not always thinking about the extracurriculars, right? But I'm hoping that these guys come and play with a mean streak. I haven't looked at any of their film or anything like that. I do have some, as you guys seen, I do have some older all 22 film from like the 2018 through the 2022 season. So maybe I can pick up some film to look at with some of that. I saw Van Wells got destroyed. And yeah, the O line was hot garbage. Again, guys, if we can just get to like I said so often this year, if we can just have like the 80th ranked line, I think we win 2, 3 more games and we're talking about going bowling right now, you know? So I think that we can get to that. It's kind of a pathetic expectation. Definitely get to that 80th ranked line or so. And I think we should be pushing for average, hopefully getting towards slightly that, um, you know, slightly better than average ranking in the conference in the Big 12. If we're able to do that, I think that you're going to see us run the ball a lot better and take pressure off Shador. The whole offense is just going to look a lot better. Best man saying every commitment thus far should be more aggressive and much, much better at blocking than what was the previous. Yes. And that is my hope. That's my hope. I think the pro football focus numbers or the grades as a whole allude to that. But again, this uh, don't just take these grades, for face value. It's just a piece of the equation. And yeah, T Nicole, hopefully these guys can be in here. Pretty much all of them can just be in here from January on. Spend a lot of time together, not only on the field but off the field. Go hiking, go bowling together there. At the campus center. There's a lot to do out here. Bond on and off the field. You'll be able to understand each other so much better. Okay, busy. Hell no, you just fueled the haters, David. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to present this information, man. Lucci saying Khalil Benson will be depth, but Matthew Bedford will start. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who ends up starting on the line. And guys, I tried to look for Tyler Brown's grade for 2022. I wasn't able to find it before this. The Pro Football Focus was only letting me search the 23 grades. So I was trying to look for Tyler Brown, but right now, I guess my guess would be Tyler Brown starts at center. Again, all HBCU or HBCU All American, first team All SWAC. I think he's going to be very, very good. And he took, a year to get stronger, not by his own decision. Oh, Gearhead coming in here saying the same exact thing. Yeah, we're going to see Tyler Brown at center. He'll be great. All right, what else you guys got? Hell no, Dave. We need run blockers first. Yes. Everything should be predicated on the run. If we can run the football, that's going to make everybody's life easier with these passing plays. It's going to make Shador's life easier because we know he was most effective this year off of play action. Okay. That has to be a focus. And when you're running play action, all of that, again, it just makes these defenders hesitate or think that just, bit more. It makes their lives a little bit easier on these pass blocking plays. Pog LLC. I don't get the hate Walker gets. If he was 1 inch taller and 20 more pounds, people wouldn't be complaining. 20 pounds is substantial. All right. What's up? Don't tread on me. Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, 268. I mean, that's what like Connor Gilbreth was, a tight end that we were looking at from the JUCO ranks this past year that ended up going to LSU. But if he's at 287, not as worried. That's a great point, Pog. And Eli, I still feel like, man, we need a lot of offensive linemen. I don't know if we can expect to bring in another 10, but it would be nice to get another 3, 4 at least. VH, that's a really neat feature that you signed up for. I hope you use it more often. Thank you, VH. Yeah, I think I will. So hey, Rawhide, if you want to split it with me, just let me know. Or any other content creators, just hit me up. We can split this thing. But definitely want that to be something that I track this next year so we can kind of measure, okay, are our guys improving? Load was not with Shermer when Shermer came to the Vikings. Load retired right before Shermer was in Minnesota. But I'm sure because it was only a one season crossover, one off season crossover, I'm sure they have known a lot of the same people. Um yeah, I think they'll be better overall. Again, guys, like it can't get any worse, right? And it can't. Nevada has the Buffs record at 6 wins, which is ridiculous. Yeah, I'll be hitting the over, but again, kind of, I guess, removing my emotion from it. Um, I think like some people I've already seen are like hating on people predicting 6, 7 wins for the team. Um, but again, like we won 4 games at the end of this year. At the end of the day, this team was a 4-win team. It was a 4-win team. And the fact that people are still predicting us to continue to improve, that's great. I think Coach Prime and the team's expectations are much, much higher. They're looking at conference championship. They're expecting college football playoff berth, all of that, right? They're expecting multiple national titles down the line, right? But, right now, I don't have a huge issue with that 6 wins, especially since we haven't been able to see how the rest of the recruiting cycle pans out. But I think things are looking great right now. Um, Recruiting already exceeding my expectations. I didn't think we'd be able to build a new line here in 1 week or so. But it's ridiculous because Patrick, we know we're going to make some money off this team again, just like we did this past season. Bets, man. David is covering his ass so he doesn't have anyone say he overhyped this upcoming season. Now, I'm not going to say, best man, that I'm picking this team to win 7 games. Hell no. I'm a fan. So I'm going to be picking this team to do much better. I've been telling Surfer 9 wins right now. That might change depending on if we get better players, but I'm going with 9 wins right now. It will probably be more. We're not playing in as tough as a conference as we did this past year. That's just my look at it. But we got to see what these other teams do within the Big 12. But I will say, best man, um, I did not do you guys enough. I didn't do some of the players a favor or anything like that. I overhyped some of these guys, right? Just like with, I thought the offensive line was going to be better. I thought we were going to get average play. There are other guys that I thought were going to be great players here that just weren't. And obviously, when you take time to talk about specific guys, there's going to be guys that you're wrong on and guys that you're right on, right? But when I was looking back with Rawhide at the midseason point and at the end of just things I was right on, things I was wrong on, I think that just like the team and maybe some of y'all have learned and your opinions have changed and grown overall is that I don't think I'm going to be coming out saying that this offensive line is going to be a top 10 unit or anything like that. I'm not going to be saying that they're elite. I just hope they play like dogs, right? All right, just scrolling through. David, how many sacks do you think the O-line will give up this season? I got under 10. I don't know. I don't know about that, but hey, if we can cut it in half, I'll be very, very happy. Um, and like ideally, like let's just keep it under 25. Like let's keep it on to a game. That would be really great. We also won't be throwing as much though. Okay. Like somebody pointed out here, I forget, maybe K Vizzy. We're bringing in guys that are that have strengths in run blocking. All those guys have strengths in run blocking. Uh, oh man, my opinion on Norvell's wife, Karen Norvell. Yeah, I tweeted at her a couple times. Um, you know, if they want to continue to make it personal, they can. I guess this is all I got to say, right? Man, it was so funny. So funny. LMAO, this is 100% improvement. We could say that. Yeah, at the very least, King. Hey, if we get offensive line play just as bad as we did this past year, I don't know, man. Then there's no saving this thing. There's no saving this thing. But I don't think we gotta worry about that. Exactly, Dev. If it's 25 or less, that's amazing considering 52 this year. Yes. And I don't know like what the average amount of sacks in FBS football was, but let's just can we at least get to around there? Please. And guys, like I want to know, I've kind of like felt odd about the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Like if they're just gonna put bounties on our players like they did last year, like what's the point of playing it? And but I hope this year we go and we kick their butt. I put up a 50 burger on them. I can't remember if we have any more home and homes scheduled with them in the future right now. Not totally sure, but I don't think the Rocky Mountain Showdown needs to happen every year. I probably am going to get crucified for that. That's just how I feel. Yeah, Karen, perfect name for her. Moving on. Thoughts on Will Shepard? Dude's a beast. I hope he's here. We'll just have to see, man. We'll just have to see. He would be a fantastic replacement for Zay. I want us to continue to recruit all positions. We need to be building layers in this thing, right? But taking too long to commit. I'm not tripping about it. I'm not tripping about it. Um, but I've never come out and said that he's coming or anything like that. I do hope he comes. I do hope he commits, but I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. I'll celebrate when we do get the commitment, right? What's up, CC? Hope you're having a good day. But other needs in the portal. I love Mata, but come on, let's get a guy who can kick a touchback every kickoff. Mata, hey, got to be doing squats every day. Got to be doing the calf raises every day. Let's get that leg bigger, stronger, all of that. Another positions that I want us to look at: backup quarterback. Backup quarterback. Let's get some bigger guys in here. We had that 6'3" quarterback visit, former 4-star from Kentucky with his twin, that linebacker. Maybe we can get both of them. That would be great. 6'3". No offense to Ryan Staub or I guess Case and Wiseman's gone now. I just like bigger guys that don't have trouble seeing over the line and a little bit more athleticism that can run around. Okay. So, yeah, we'll just have to see. Move on from the Twins. They're gone. Well, hey, if they're gone, we can get some other players, but bring in, for me, 6'3" and above for quarterback. That's what I like. Shador's kind of an exception. 6'2". I mean, just a dog. Great arm talent, right? But at the end of the day, most of the guys at the college football level don't have elite arm talent. And that size, that athleticism helps them, avoid injury, helps you pick up yards, when you scramble out the pocket, all that. Very rarely do these guys that are 6 feet have the speed of Kyler Murray to get out, or the pocket presence of Drew Brees to navigate between their offensive linemen to find their throwing windows. Life is just easier when you're taller, bigger, and stronger. So I want to I continue to bring in more competition. Yeah, we got two. Want that. Don't want that QB. Damn, man, you guys are ruthless. Oh man. And I want us guys, like, something that I hope we get a lot more transfers in. Let me plug in my laptop here real quick. Is linebacker. We need a ton of new linebackers, more athletic linebackers. We need better tackling linebackers. We need it all. So I got a feeling, with Warren Sapp, you got to imagine some guys are coming, right? Um, yeah, like, we're gonna get the D linemen, we're gonna get the edge guys. I hope, but um, let's get some linebackers, man. Let's get some guys with some real speed, some real game changing ability. We don't have that. We don't have that. Um, Safety, man. I want Bukar to commit. I want him here. I think he'd be great. And some of that has to do with petty reasons, because I would love to see Talking Vols melt down again. And guys, I got the notification bell set. I got the notification bell set on their show. I hope that y'all join me in that. Temporarily subscribed. So we'll see how all that goes. But let's continue to recruit every position. Now, running back, I think with Welsh coming in, we're fine. We got another year of offered all two if we have to go 5 deep. Okay. I'm not tripping about that. Oh, Preston Hodge. I just saw this. We're in a battle with Texas A&M for him. Liberty. Yes, 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 please. I would love him. I would love him. And FBS. Could he be like our Roderick Ward coming up a level? Roderick Ward came up a few different levels. I wonder where Roderick Ward's going to get drafted. I think he can be a day 3 guy. Zay Weaver, I think, is a day 2 pick. I think he's a 3rd round pick. Who else we got declared for the NFL draft? McClendon, I don't think he gets drafted right now. I think he might just be one of those undrafted free agents that has to start on a practice squad. I don't see him getting drafted. But we're going to grab some more tight ends, right? Hopefully we grab some more offensive linemen. But at the end of the day, guys, just appreciate what's going on. This is absolutely insane. This is crazy. And just appreciate it, y'all. Appreciate it. In this weekend, I know I'm calling some of y'all out, okay? But it's out of love. This weekend, I don't want to see, when we're bringing in like 7 new transfers or whatever, I don't want to see us focusing and act, if somebody else decommits or if somebody leaves our team in the transfer portal, we're acting like that player got hit by a car and died, and we're having a funeral for the guy on Twitter, begging him to come back to the bus. No, 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 no. Life goes on. Let's appreciate the guys that we're bringing in here. Let's spend our energy on the things that matter more. And guys, just unfollow the guys that have decommit. Please, Lord. I'm sick of seeing you guys be all petty about, oh, Talon Chandler had the prime glasses on. Guys, who cares? The kid's 18 years old. The coach is having fun. Like, why are you guys getting all petty about this? Aren't we trying to be different than other college football fan bases? right? But I still see some of y'all going in on Twitter saying all these rude things to these kids. What is wrong with you guys? We got to be better. We got to be better. So, guys, no funeral alerts. Do not tag me. Do not tag me in any post on Twitter about begging some guy to come back. I love all of you. I love all of you guys so much, but it wasn't just one person. I got tagged all day. I got tagged all day. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't care. All right. We got to be better. Who's better, Boo Carter or Aaron Butler? No idea. But I'm going to say Boo because there's still a chance we get him. Oh, people are hating under Hank's commitment post. What? Guys, wish Hank well. Come on now. Why are we so y'all act like some of y'all act like literally the only football team to play for is the University of Colorado. Now I love it. No, I will say this, Jizzle. Cool name, by the way. Cool name, by the way. But I beg guys, I get on Twitter, I say, we need you. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But once they decommit, I'm not begging them to come back or anything like that. Now, maybe I did. Now, there might have been an exception for Antoine Hill. There might have been an exception. I can't tell you. But for guys like Aaron Butler or Talon Chandler or Danny O'Neal, y'all are just getting weird. Guys, we're going to get the guys. We're going to be just fine, okay? We're more than just fine. We're getting better. But what was I going to say with all that? Yeah. Some of y'all act like this is the only team that kids can come and play for. And there's going to be teams where like this whole thing is the right fit for them. There are others where it's not. And that's totally okay. We are one out of 133 FBS football teams. Let's just have some perspective, people. All right, I got to get out of here. You guys stay great. Will I be back later today? I don't know, but hope you guys enjoyed this. Hit that like on the way out. Make sure, if you're watching the replay, you give me your thoughts on these offensive line grades, all that, anything that we talked about. I'll see you guys later. And as always, Sco Buffs.